Well, here's an epilogue on the Drake TR4 that I've been working on. I still can't get the S meter to work right, and I think the reason why is they use the 6AQ5 output tube to draw current against this bridge with the S meter. And it looks like somebody put in an audio modification. This board here on the left is standard, and this board on the right with the transistor I don't think is standard, so not really sure what that board does. Did not find it on the schematic. Might be from a newer receiver that somebody retrofitted, like a 4C or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's not allowing my current in voltage from the 6AQ5 to be used as a good reference against the S meter. So, and then somebody put this resistor across here, which this is simply on the audio line. It's on the input line. This resistor here is on the input line and goes to ground. That's ground. And that's actually the audio input line. So in debugging this, I started looking, saying this is supposed to go right to the wiper of the volume control. When it doesn't, it goes into this board with a transistor on it. So I'm not sure why that was added. I figure the people that added it probably know more than I do. I'm just trying to fix the S meter. So I'm out of time. I'm not going to fuss with it anymore. But long story short is there's the 6AQ5 again, and you know, pin, what is it? Yeah, there's pin 7 right there. It just goes to the wiper of that volume control, and that's it. So that's his volume control right here. And this one here, pin 7, if I could find it, there it is. So pin 7 goes to that resistor, and that goes to ground. And that, if I pull that resistor off, which I did, the current on the 6AQ5 will float upward because the S meter will float upward, and it will finally get a 60 dB reading on the S meter. So yeah, this modification has goofed up the S meter. It would probably make more sense for the S meter to build just a voltage divider and have that act as the sensitivity, now that I think about it, and just not use this 6AQ5 as a reference for the as a reference. So that's probably what I'm going to do to fix it. I'll probably install the voltage divider on the regulated 150 volt line with a potentiometer, and that way I could dial in the reference voltage and all this bad stuff will go away, and I'll have an S meter that works. So that's what I'm probably going to do. I don't know what this audio circuit does. I know the audio sounds good, so I'm not going to muck with it. Maybe at some other time, when I get more time, I'll put in that voltage divider and use the reference voltage off the 150 line, which is regulated, and that's going to be that. So we'll call it a day. But anyway, this thing is sort of working now. There's the S meter, and I don't have it turned up. Let's turn up the gain here. Oh, it's turned up. Let's do a 0 on it. There it is. So it's never really gonna bounce up to a decent level, but let me go back on 80 meters here and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to take her to 80 again. And one more. There's 80 meters. Volume. Let's put an antenna on this thing again. If I can find the antenna. So I've been mucking around with resistors and everything else, trying to figure this thing out. Yeah, sometimes you just got to call it quits. I'm not sure why Milt or whoever put that reference onto the 6AQ5 was a good idea. I don't know why I did it, but it sure is a mess. So, where's my antenna? It probably fell on the floor or worse, so here it is. There's the antenna wire. Let's put it in here. Okay, so there's the usual snap, crackle, pop on 80 meters. And let me tune here. So if I take the signal away and put it on a untuned band here, let's try this. Go to 10 meters. Yeah, anyway, it pretty much zeros. But I'm never going to get, if I have no signal at all from the IF stages, I'm never going to get a signal above S40. So I guess I'm off by 20 dB, which, what are you going to do? If you want perfection, I guess I got to take the reference off the regulated 150 volt line, put in a voltage divider on a pot, and see how that goes. All right, well, that's about it. I guess I'm going to call it a day with the radio. It's taking up way too much time, and it's working. So again, what I did was I fixed a resistor in here, which was a cathode on one of the IFs. It was supposed to be, I think, 68 ohms. It was like 200 ohms. So that was a small fix I did. And this capacitor in here was off. So they had this 0.01 just kind of floating in the air. Where is it? Here it is. So yeah, this guy was kind of floating in the air. And then they have this little one here someone tacked on, and that was kind of floating in the air. So I tacked those back on there. And it doesn't seem to make much difference, but I do now get like a heterodyne on 40 meters, which is really irritating. So that may be oscillating, I don't know. So that's something else to figure out later. And what else? The most important fix was gluing on that capacitor today. So it turns out that my RF stage wasn't even getting fed with anything. So where's that RF stage at? I know I showed that today in a previous video, but that thing was simply loose and not getting fed. I'm trying to find the first RF stage now. Remember where it went? The 12BA7. I don't remember where that was anymore. I think it was over here. Oh yeah. So yeah, check this out. So these two capacitors were off. So as I later figured out, these come from the plate of the 12BY7. And why do they come from the plate? Because the plate is actually used to energize the Pi network to feed stuff back into the 12BY7 to resonate, to feed the PA tubes in transmit mode. And in receive mode, signal goes the other way, and I didn't realize that. But yeah, once I figured that out, these two capacitors are in series here. I'm trying to get a pointer in there to show you where they are. They were entirely disconnected. So that, yeah, these two were entirely disconnected from the grid of the tube here. So here's the grid right here. And those little guys are down here also, and those were totally disconnected. So the capacitors were close to that pin, and I think I was just getting some leakage through the air for receive on this thing, which was amazing. It worked at all. And once I connected those capacitors up, I had full receive. So I'm not sure why somebody would disconnect those, or it was a wiring error at Drake. I have no idea, but the fact that you have two capacitors in series is a hack. They must either ran out of capacitors or did an engineering change order. I don't know. Anyway, that's about it for the Drake. Gotta get back to productive things. So thanks for watching, and yeah, these old radios are fun, but they take a lot of time. I guess once you get used to these things, though, once I got used to all this stuff again from the 60s and how it works and why it works the way it does, I could probably fix one a lot faster now. I could definitely fix a Drake TR4 a lot faster now, I think. At least I know my way around it somewhat, and maybe that's true for the twins also. I don't know, but I don't think there's a market for fixing too many ham radios, especially ones from the 60s. All right, well, thanks for watching. Have a great day.